almost feel like you need like a little sticker with like a star on it so that people know the difference. I'm not opposed. I'm not saying I'm opposed to anything like that. I'm just saying that there are some people like Decker said that aren't true fans, and you go up and you ask them a question and they have no idea what you're talking about. They're literally just wearing a costume because they think it's cool. I can appreciate that because I've done that a million times, but at the same time, I also at least know the character's name and what movies they were in, you know? You have to have a general knowledge at least.
I completely agree with that. I think that you should have some part of your research into making a costume, figuring out, figuring out what to put into the costume. You should research the character as well. And I think that holds true for not only just costumers, but actors who go into these different roles too.
Yes, please. Yes. And you don't have to be a fan necessarily to wear a costume. You could just like the way it looks. You can like the genre that the costume is from. But again, you need to research that character a little bit for the people who are fans of that character.
You're not, I can't do that. Look, I do have my favorites, and I do have one of my least favorites. I love your least favorite. I have to take their words if they are. They know they wouldn't just come out and say, I'm not really a fan of this material. Oh, wait a minute. Director. Again, to me, if you're gonna bother doing this, you can save your fans and try to take their way through it. Or you can be honest, like you're good and just tell people, they're not much of a part. But that, I don't know about the actors and actresses that work. I have not known anyone that's ever said they work.
They cared and they were passionate about it, but for whatever reason they got passed up because they wanted a good-looking guy or they wanted a guy that this person could identify with or whatever, and that's not necessarily fair. And for a group of people who are the geeks, the nerds, the fanatics, whatever you want to call us or them or whatever, it's like you need to follow suit with us because when we riot against you, you don't have a movie. So you need to appeal to the audience that you're making said movie for with whatever said actors. Yeah, and if your actors... Yeah, exactly. Right. At that point, you could have sent anybody from the movie crew or the costumers instead of sending him. Send some of those people because they would have... Or yeah, exactly. If yeah. Right. No, Lex Luthor's... as far as Superman's concerned, no comment. I think Lex Luthor's one of my... I'm not going to say favorite characters, but, Right. Right. And again, you need to do your research to know what you're talking about.
how does that feel? I mean, you get to be Batman. Is that cool or what? And Val Kilmer says basically, well, it's not really what I want to be doing with my career right now, but they're paying me pretty good. It's like.
If they're like, hey, you're gonna be Batman.
That's the thing. Right. Be excited about it, even if it's not your thing. Be excited about it, and when you go home and you talk to your wife, you're like, hey, so I don't really want to be Batman, but it's paying the bills, so whatever. Like, you have to, yeah. Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm opinionated. Right.
Well, and we have our Batman here. You love it, right?
Like I said, if you're not crazy about the part, at least be gracious about it and keep your mouth shut. You can't do anything else.
Just smile and nod and say, I really appreciate it. I'm excited to shoot it. Like not, I really want to do it, but
Yeah.
Just smile and nod. So actually, and since we've gone to that area, I'm gonna switch gears for a minute because I know 90% of our panel here are major comic book readers, and this topic has been in the back of my mind for a while. Has any of your favorite comics ever turned to take a left turn, and you were like, oh my God, no, and they lost you? Like you won't read anymore, don't read anymore, can't read anymore, don't like anymore?
I mean, every comic has that moment where maybe they switch writers, they switch artists. I know I was reading the She-Hulk comic, and for a couple comics they actually changed artists on it. And the artistry was so bad that the fans just rioted and stopped buying the comics, and they eventually had to go back to the original artist to finish the series out. And so, I mean, there's definitely...
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that happens a lot more nowadays than it used to. And, we started out reading Grayson recently and picked up about maybe 5 to 6 copies of it because the previous Nightwing run had been great and we just weren't feeling the new run. And it was the same creative team.
I know when the New 52 stuff was dropped, I was actually kind of excited about it. And as more as the stuff went on, I got less and less interested in it. And now I don't really read as much DC anymore as I did, when it first stopped. So I can definitely see that.
Yeah, it's with me. It's not so much the art as the writing, the storyline that they take the character in. The pre-52, I was a huge fan of Animal-Man, DC's Animal-Man, especially when Morrison was writing him. And they kind of like transitioned him into the Vertigo line. So it was like this progression of like 4-color superhero, and then it started getting a little weirder, and then you got a complete Vertigo line, and that was cool. Well, with the new 52 version of Animal-Man, they like immediately, within a couple of issues, went complete Vertigo with it, and it was like so not with the character. That it was difficult to read, and I just could not get it. It's one of my favorite characters, and I could not get into it.
I don't know. I get angry. I don't know. I get angry at lots of stuff, and they don't ask my opinion. They probably should, but they don't. So I try to stay as positive as possible, even if I am miserable at what I'm seeing.
I'm just positive in the stuff that I don't like. And I'm
So
very
your
vocal.
your current stuff never makes you things that upsets you even? Don't have it for Brittany. I guess you remembered something.
Yes. I don't like it. I love Buffy, obviously. It's a silly thing to forget about me. But it's much everything I learned. The comics are fantastic. Joss is doing a good job. But he did this weird thing at the end of season 8 of the comics where he said, close your ears or turn off your computers.
Don't do that.
This thing
The library was making an announcement. Sorry.
You know what? I think ultimately, as a fan, you're going to definitely know the things that you really are watching. Whether it's, a certain plot points of films, from both Star Wars, Star Trek, whether it's an episode of whatever television series, whether it's, how well The Walking Dead matches the original comic, there's always going to be stuff that you do not like. But the difference is,
Well, as you mentioned that, one of and folks, we are still live, and we're out here at the Library Center at the LibraryCon at 4653 South Campbell Avenue, and there's so many great people walking around. One of the Ghostbusters is here.
Heck yeah.
You having a good time?
yes, sir, I am.
So now,
Hopefully you're going to call us, but if we're not on duty,
are they going to call the all-female Ghostbusters?
I got to get work too.
Are you
Yeah. Oh, I'm in. I'll be a Ghostbuster. I'm on it. I would look hot in one of those jumpsuits. Yeah.
You can join.
So what do you got for our fanatics?
What do you think of Ben Affleck as the new Batman? Love it.
I'm in.
I wasn't really convinced about it until this last trailer, and I felt like there was a lot more to him being Bruce Wayne than I'd ever seen at any point. Because at this point, I'm still thinking, chasing Amy and stuff like that. So it's very hard to.
I still don't buy him as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I don't think he has the look for Bruce Wayne. I really don't. I mean, I don't mind him as Batman, but I don't think he's a good Bruce Wayne. You watch it.
I should be on that end of the table.
Well, and it's odd. Our Batman actually hasn't weighed in yet.
I know of his love of the character, and I know that he can do a good job with the part, and he's passionate about it. He's not going to screw this up if it's
Yeah, he is a Batman fan. And the thing is that even more so when he got the part as Daredevil, that's one of the things somebody had talked about is that, if Batman ever became available, he would have dropped Daredevil like that.
He always maintained that he would never get to do a Batman role because it just would never be there for him to do, and Daredevil was going to be as close as he was ever going to get to having a chance.
Was not Ben Affleck. There was nothing he did in that movie that caused the problems that came out of that movie.
Bad producer. Very bad producer. Same people.
Very, very, very bad.
I'm getting the sense that you guys were not a fan of the Daredevil movie.
No. Yeah. Generally speaking, though, when a movie's bad, it's not necessarily the actor's fault. It's the writer's fault, it's the producer's fault, it's the director's fault, it's the camera, cinematics, whatever person's fault. It's those people's fault. The actor reads the script, he does what he's got to do, and that's it.
Well, it's also easier to blame the actor because they're the face.
They're the face. Yeah, they're the
exactly.
front man. Yeah.
The Netflix version of Daredevil is miles better, so you should just watch that instead.